This time, a first for Shooting USA. Our first profile of a female pro shooter. The one who just might beat all the guys. It's time you knew her story. Plus, Todd Jarrett shows you how to shoot those difficult moving targets. And Bob Munden's got targets in the air in his impossible shot. It's all today on Shooting USA.
This is Shooting USA, reporting the stories of America's shooting sports.
Today, it's a Shooting USA profile of the most successful female shooter to ever compete in practical shooting. Like so many of the male pro shooters we profiled over the years, competition started out as sport and entertainment, as a hobby. But add a huge dose of talent and a lot of practice, and a hobby can become a career, as it has for Julie Goloski. If you are a fan of practical pistol competition, the name Julie Goloski will surely ring a bell. She is one of the most accomplished female shooters of all time, but this didn't happen overnight. Born in June of 1977 to Linda and Pete Goloski in upstate New York, Mom was a full-time homemaker and Dad was a high school band director. But it was Dad's passion for shooting that rubbed off early.
Dad was always great. He had a hobby that was shooting, and I enjoyed spending time with him. I've always been a daddy's girl, so it started out with me picking up brass on the range, which was great, and then I graduated to pasting targets, which was very cool. And first match was when I was 14 in June, and it's been going on ever since. And once I started shooting, it just escalated. I loved it, and I didn't think of starting or doing anything else. It was a lot of fun.
So it was Dad who produced the spark, and it turns out it was also Dad who tended the fire.
Well, I always remember feeling successful because Dad was always such a nurturer. First thing was safety, and whenever I did excellent in safety and was very good at that, I felt very lucky and happy with him, and he was happy with me. But then I started, I want to hit all A's, which are center target hits. And I got to doing that, and I'm like, oh, well, I can go a little faster now. And so it was very gradual progression.
That gradual progress soon began gaining speed at an exponential rate.
I think probably my junior year in high school, people started to notice, that, wow, she's doing pretty good. And we had a local lady shooter. Her name was Sheila Bray, and she was always in contention. She was the first lady master, and I was nipping at her heels. So it was just, a natural thing.
Julie is right. People were taking notice of this up-and-coming young shooter.
Basically, I went to my first nationals in '94, and I shot there, and the coach of the Army Marksmanship Unit action shooting team saw me and thought, wow, we're looking for a female, the right age, the skills, and they basically offered me a spot on the team.
Now the budding natural talent was on her way.
It was a lot of rounds. And I think probably that, the 8 years of the foundation of that much shooting is what I've been able to rely on today even. But I had a very good coach. Ray Ardano was always there for me, and then a great captain, Jay Christie, who was shot on the team while I was there. And then I enjoyed great success. And when you're shooting that much and you get to travel and go to matches all the time, and that's your job, that's what you live for, it works out very well.
To say that it works out very well is a bit of an understatement.
I was the first lady to win the Limited Nationals and the Open Nationals in the same year, which had never been done before. And Steel Challenge was that year too. '99 was my year.
And with her obligations to the Army fulfilled, Julie had the world ahead of her.
I decided to get out of the Army after 8 years, and Dave Savigny was at a match somewhere, and we met, and he said, you should really think about shooting production, which is such a departure from what I had been shooting, open and limited primarily. And well, we hunted hard, and then there came a job opening up at Glock, and I thought, well, why not? And so I basically worked for GSSF for a while, which is Glock Sport Shooting Program, and then they, it's a trial and error kind of thing. Oh, we'll see how she does if she shoots, And I did well, and added some more titles, some nationals to my credit, and it was good.
Glock was good, but Smith & Wesson would be better with their offer to come and shoot the new M&P.
Everything comes full circle eventually. Smith & Wesson was the first company to actually give me a gun back when I was younger, when I was a junior shooter. I thought about moving up north again, being back home near my parents, and then it was just a great opportunity to work in the industry and exciting times for the company because we have so many great new products coming out. It's exciting. So I thought, well, why not?
So Julie is now at home in Springfield and very much at home in national competition, as she demonstrated for us on one of the stages of fire.
This is the 2006 Production Nationals, and this is my favorite stage, Stage 13, Hide and Seek. Start position is standing here with your hands touching the white marks. I'm going to be squared up so I can be ready to move into this first position. And what we have here are 3 steel targets, an open target, and then this back steel target, the big popper, activates a clamshell target. I'm going to go in, shoot big steel, little steel, little steel, transition to the clamshell, and back out in the open. Okay, coming into position 2, I'm going to make sure I have my reload. I've got these 2 load targets, I see them first, I'm going to shoot these 2. And then I have 2 more targets up here. It's my danger target with a no shoot. I'm going to shoot 2 on this one, nice and easy, finish on the last target, and get ready to go and start a reload. Now this position is a low part. It's real critical you get into a proper position here. I'm going to get down low, and I've got 3 targets through this window. 2 far in the back, another no shoot to be careful of, and this low one up front. So I'm going to shoot 2, 2, finish on the quick one, and then scooch over, and I've got a popper here. Okay, this position here, make sure you get some good footing on this platform. In the back, I've got 1 popper that activates another clamshell target, and then another back target, so I'm going to shoot popper, paper, and then finish on the moving target. And we're done. And then finish on the moving target. And we're done.
And we're done, she says. But there's a lot more to come from Julie Goloski in the years ahead as she campaigns the new M&P in competition. So what's the deal with this new Smith gun anyway? Well, I'm glad you asked. Coming next, we're taking you inside the factory for the full story on the military and police.